गुरुर्ब्रह्मा गुरुर्विष्णुः गुरुर्देवो महेश्वरः गुरुः साक्षात् परं ब्रह्मा तस्मै श्री गुरवे नमः। वक्रतुंड महाकाय सूर्यकोटि समप्रभा निर्विघ्नं कुरु मे देव सर्वकार्येषु सर्वदा। ओम श्री गणेशाय नमः। So welcome everybody to the Cafe Spirituality Wisdom Talk today. Today we have Dr. Sharda Batra, who is going to take us through a session of introduction to Vedic chanting. And before I give you an introduction to Dr. Batra, I want to briefly speak about Cafe Spirituality for a couple of minutes for the sake of people who have just joined and don't know. This is a platform where mainly of seekers who are all trying in their own individual way to find out what is them to do what they do, find their answers. There is no loyalty to a particular path. And even in a WhatsApp group, all of us are admins. So it's a platform for sharing and understanding from each other. रिसेप्टिविटी टू लर्निंग जिसके पास है वो जो चाहे सीख सकता है, और जो सिखा रहा है उसके अंदर भी वो भाव क्या है सिखाने का वो जाने। पर हमारी कोशिश ये है कि हम लोग सिर्फ एक ओपननेस वाले एनवायरनमेंट में एक दूसरे से अपनी बात कर पाएं, और that is the way we would like it. And now I will come to Dr. Sharda Batra, who is, as you know, a doctor and a pathologist, if I'm not wrong. And I met her many years back, and she may not be aware of it because that is the way she is, that she makes an impact in people's lives and does not even think anything about it. But at a particular time when I was going through some disturbance in my own understanding and in the situation that I was, a conversation with her at her place in Noida had really helped me. And I always think very fondly of that point, that inflection point that came in my understanding with my discussion with her. And you know, I was part of a system जहाँ पे सवाल पूछने से मना किया जाता था, गुरु को पेडेस्टल पे बिठाया जाता था, और यहाँ पे ये डॉक्टर शारदा बत्रा बहुत सिंपल शब्दों में एकदम ओपननेस के साथ, एकदम बिना कोई अहंकार के भाव, इतने प्यार से अपनी अंडरस्टैंडिंग शेयर कर रही थी कि मैं जो मेरे अंदर उस वक्त जो अशांति थी वो शांत हो गई थी. And for that I will always be grateful to her. And I remember the words she spoke. In fact, if most of you recall last time when we had Bindu Myra having a Cafe Spirituality session, and somebody asked her a question about the angels who look over, watch over us and who guide us. And I remember Dr. Sharda Batra से मैं कुछ बात कर रही थी, तो Dr. Sharda Batra बोली कि हाँ, so looks like you have a lot of bodhisattvas watching over you. Very good. And that sentence stayed in my heart. उस दिन जब बिंदु ने बात की तो एकदम से मुझे ये बात याद आई डॉक्टर शारदा और हमारे डिस्कशन की. So she is a counselor, she is a teacher of Vedas. Some of you may have watched the Bhagavad Gita talk that she was giving, and I had shared it on the Cafe Spirituality FB group and also forwarded to many people who had expressed interest in the subject earlier. So I'm very, very grateful that she's here. Her and not to me. So over to you, Dr. Batra. And she does not want to be on the spotlight, and she does not want to be in the speaker view because she wants to be able to see all of us while she speaks. So therefore, before somebody sends me a message saying speaker view कर दो, मैं पहले बता रही हूँ कि ये gallery view में रहेगा क्योंकि डॉक्टर शारदा ने कहा है कि that is how she likes it and that is how it shall be. Over to you.
Okay, thank you, Anu, and gratitude for calling me over for this satsang. And I also remember that meeting there's a vivid memory of us sitting on the bed and chatting.
Yes.
But I did not remember the contents, but the gist, the essence was with me also. And who would think that we would, meet like this so many years later again, would be doing something. So thank you. And namaskar, everyone. So Ganpati Puja, Anu did in a very beautiful, very melodious voice. So I'll do a Saraswati mantra from the Vedas, a Vedic Saraswati mantra, and then we'll start. Om Prano Devi Saraswati Vajibhirva Jinivati Dhinam Vitryavatu. So welcome everybody. We are going to be talking about Vedic sounds, Vedic mantras and their quality of healing. And I would be very grateful if you kept your videos on and audios on mute, because there would be some, I would need to see you all at a certain stage. So I'm going to start with a PPT and take you through a journey of sound. And what does sound have to do with creation and you and your state of health and your state of mind and enlightenment? So let us just start with this. So when you stand outside and look at the night sky on a day when there are no clouds, I don't think there's anybody who would not be moved by so many stars up there in the sky, so many light years away, twinkling and communicating with us. What are these stars? Each of them is a sun. Like we have a solar system, we are part of a solar system with the sun at the center and the planets moving around it. So also there are many, many billions of solar systems in our galaxy. The name of our galaxy is the Milky Way galaxy. So the Milky Way galaxy has about 200 billion stars in it. And this is what we see when we look up at the sky. Now, this is only one galaxy. There are trillions of such galaxies stretching innumerable light years in distance. And this is only 4% of the observable universe. The rest of it is 96% cannot be observed by astronomers and is unknown. So you can imagine what an Adbhut universe it is. What a wonderful cosmos it is. Can anyone look at the universe and look at the sky and not feel Shraddha? Impossible. So here is the cosmos, which is so unlimited, Anand. And here is Manushya, a little tiny speck in the center of the cosmos, but he's at the center of the cosmos, he or she. Now, Manushya is actually, we are very gifted. And we are gifted with a wonderful buddhi, which is essentially sattvic. We contaminate it later, that's different. Now, this buddhi has the capacity, we are the only beings, or at least we think we are the only beings, who can turn inwards and go on an inward journey and ask the questions which come when you seek. So the seeking is very special to human beings. And what is this seeking? When we find ourselves one tiny little speck in the center of the cosmos, mostly out of control of situations, trying to make the best and trying to, become better and better, we go inwards and we ask, okay, is there something within me which is imperishable? At the end of all the doing, you wonder, if I'm going to die, what's the point? If I'm going to die and everything is going to be null and void, what is all this about? So that question comes to all of us at some time or the other, fortunately or unfortunately. When we ask that question, we also want to know, what is life? What is that spark of life which enters the mother's womb and makes the fetus a baby when it's born, right? And when I die, where do I go? So these kind of questions come to you. Plus, what is destiny? So am I a puppet? Don't all of us feel like a puppet at times? And sometimes we feel very, very strong. But what is it? Can you really redesign your future? Can you control circumstances and this huge cosmos? These kind of questions give rise to the Vedas. So the seeking is ko hum, main kaun hu, who am I? Now this seeking, you know, we may go outwards into space like astronomers or scientists, the NASA people, and try to discover the sour of the universe outside. Or we may go within. The one who goes outside is the scientist who explores outer, and the one who seeks inward is the mystic, like Anu, totally mystic, which will then express itself in art and you know, so many creative modalities and speech. So it reflects. So the mystic goes within. So there's a search going on within us. What happens when this search happens? Now, most of us attending this today are seekers, right? That's why we are here. So a seeker is a sadhak. So when you're a sadhak and you decide enough is enough, I'm going to get disciplined. And every day I must do 20 minutes of japa, I must do half an hour of meditation. So you make an anushasana, you make a promise to yourself, and you try to keep to it. From a sadhak, you get promoted to being a yogi. When you're a yogi and you become antarmukhi, you decide, okay, enough of malls, enough of talking and chatting on the phone, half the time we are gossiping, enough of bothering about what did so-and-so say, did they compliment me, let me go within. When you decide to be antarmukhi and decide to know yourself, and you add a dash of tapasya to it, like you add yogurt to milk to take out butter, so you add tapasya to it, that elevates you and makes you a dhyana yogi. So when all of us sit in meditation, when one of us decides, I'm not getting up till I get a realization, then in the state of samadhi, when your consciousness gets elevated to a cosmic level, the cosmos responds by pouring in all the knowledge into your consciousness. So you become as if your doors and windows are now open. You're one with the cosmos, and in samadhi, everything, all the secrets of the cosmos, all the knowledge, all the wisdom of any kind, right from how to make a biryani to how to get enlightened, pours into your consciousness. All languages, think of it. There's so much that we can access, but we are happy with the WhatsApp. So when then you get elevated to the status of a rishi. Now, Sanskrit words are derived from bijas, and the bija tells you what the word is. So what is rishi? What's the bija of rishi? Can someone tell me? What is the bija of rishi? Can you guess? Like the bija of dharti is dhrit. What is the bija of rishi? It is drish. You wouldn't have thought of it. That's why I asked you. So the bija of rishi is drish, drishti wala drish. ऋषि वो है जिसकी दृष्टि में कॉस्मोस रिवील करे अपने सीक्रेट्स को. A rishi is one who has a darshan. He's a drashta who has a darshan, a vision, an epiphany of the wonderful cosmos and of Paramatma. So जो ऋषि के कानों में, अंतर कानों में, अंतर इनर ईयर्स को जो रेवलेशन होता है, जो श्रुति आती है, जिन वाइब्रेशंस की, उसको वेद कहते हैं. वेद वो वाइब्रेशंस है एनर्जी के जो हमेशा से ही, अनादि अनंत, हमेशा से ही इस कॉस्मोस में रेवर्बरेट कर रहे हैं, गूंज रहे हैं. पर जब हम सब अपना बाहर का कार्य छोड़ के अंदर की जर्नी की शुरुआत करते हैं और उसमें हम स्टेप बाय स्टेप और डीप होते जाते हैं, तो एक ऐसी डेस्टिनेशन आती है समाधि जिसमें कॉस्मोस खुदा के अपने को रिवील करता है हमारे सामने, एंड दैट रेवलेशन व्हिच हैपेंस इनसाइड ऑफ दोज वाइब्रेशंस इज वेदास, and the person who has that revelation is a rishi. Now just a minute. So to understand this further, we need to see how did creation happen. Now in the beginning, जब कुछ नहीं था तो क्या था? जब संसार जगत था ही नहीं तो क्या था? क्या था अनुमा?
वही था।
हाँ?
वही था, वही था,
वही था, वही था या वही थी. So what was there, whatever you may like to call it, it, tat savitur, tat वो था या वो थी, let's call it वो था. Now why do I call it वो था? Brahman is Paramatma. ब्रह्मन का रूप क्या है? बृहद, द वन विच इज हमेशा ही एक्सपैंड करता है, कोई अंत नहीं है उसके एक्सपेंशन का. वो अंबानी बन के फिर उससे आगे जाएगा, फिर उससे आगे जाएगा. इट जस्ट एक्सपैंड्स एंडलेसली, देयर इज नो एंड टू. दैट्स व्हाई इट्स कॉल्ड ब्रह्मन. ब्रह्मन इज अ साइलेंट एंडलेस ओशन ऑफ लाइट. अब आप सोचिए, इमेजिन कीजिए कि एक समुद्र है, एक ओशन है जिसका कोई अंत ही नहीं है और वो लाइट है. दैट इज ब्रह्मन. इट इज द सुप्रीम कॉन्शियसनेस, अवेयरनेस विद नो रिपल. उस ओशन में कोई वेव्स ही नहीं है, इट्स जस्ट लाइट. व्हाट इज दिस ब्रह्मन? इट इज द प्रिंसिपल ऑफ लाइफ. इट इज द प्रिंसिपल ऑफ लाइफ. जीवन खुद ब्रह्मन हमेशा होता है, प्रलय में भी होता है. क्योंकि हमेशा होता है उसको सत कहते हैं, क्योंकि वो अवेयरनेस है उसको चित्त कहते हैं. सत चित्त. अब आनंद पे आए. अब ये जो ब्रह्मन है इसका अपना एक स्वभाव है, एक टेम्परामेंट है, एंड दैट टेम्परामेंट इज टू पल्सेट. और ये जो एनर्जी है, शक्ति ब्रह्मन की, छुपी हुई होती है, व्यक्त नहीं होती. ब्रह्मन इज वेरी मिस्टीरियस, द साइलेंट मैन. अब जब वो शक्ति उभरती है, क्योंकि वो स्वभाव है, आप अपने स्वभाव के मुताबिक ही करेंगे ना सब कुछ. यू कांट हेल्प योर स्वभाव. यू टेल द फायर डोंट बर्न, फायर विल से हेलो आई एम फायर, आई हैव टू बर्न. ब्रह्मन हैज अ स्पंदा, इट हैज टू एमर्ज. व्हेन दैट स्वभाव की वजह से दैट शक्ति एमर्जेस, द स्पंदा एमर्जेस, a shabd is produced, and anand sphurit, a spand of anand is produced. So Brahman is called Sat Chit Anand, and the spanda is called Shabda, and therefore Brahman is qualified as Shabd Brahman, and the first sound is Omkara. Om is the first sound produced, the primordial vibration. And उसमें से फिर इतनी तरंगे उठती हैं. This slide has been chosen, sorry it's inadequate, but it shows the tarange, the vibrations which arise from Brahman and keep spreading endlessly. This is Srishti. ब्रह्मन की ही वाइब्रेशंस जो स्प्रेड करती हैं, वो अलग अलग स्तरों पे, भूमि, अंतरिक्ष, प्लैनेट्स और सारे 7 लोक, और एक कीड़े से लेके मनुष्य तक, एक कण कण से लेके एक मनुष्य तक, देवता तक, ये सब ब्रह्मन की तरंगे हैं. एंड दिस इज हाउ सृष्टि हैपेंस. Now how do the Vedas come into this? I needed that whiteboard for this. So you can imagine an arrow between each of these entities. It's a flow chart. डॉक्टर हो ना, तो कुछ एक तरह से सोचने की आदत है. So शब्द ब्रह्मन gives rise to शब्दा ओमकारा. अब ओमकार से क्या होता है? यहाँ कोई चुप हो जाएंगे ना. So now ओमकारा से वर्ण निकलते हैं, अ आ इ उ. There are various sounds. They don't come out in this order. They come out all jumbled, primordial sounds, which later became the 51 akshar or varna of Sanskrit bhasha. So that bhasha, language, is the start of creation. So these varna are formed. From there come the bijas. The varnas are also there on our chakras. I hope, I'm sure all of you have heard of chakras. So on the petals of the chakras, so what are the petals? हमारी जो सूक्ष्म शरीर है, उसमें जो चक्र हैं, उनके जो petals हैं, petals क्या होते हैं? Petals are just vibrations. वो वाइब्रेशन कैसे हो रहा है? वो एक्चुअली शब्द है. सो हम शब्दमयी हैं. आप एक मंत्र हो, आप एक मंत्र हो. You are represented by your Shakti is a sound. Your Atma Shakti is a sound. So वो varna उन petals पे चले होते हैं. That those petals are actually the varna, and the bijas like Shrim, Hrim, Bhu, Bhuva, Suvaha, Lam, Vam. These bijas are the main sounds of those chakras. जैसे सृष्टि हो रही है, एमिनेट, सृष्टि बनती नहीं है. कुम्हार की तरह मिट्टी उठा के प्रभु मिट्टी का घड़ा नहीं बनाते. उस तरह नहीं सृष्टि रची जाती. सृष्टि एमिनेट होती है. It is just coming out of the substance of Prabhu himself. Prabhu, projection perfect to become Prabhu. So these are the sounds which are making the trees, the planets. ये mantra, ये बीज, ये sounds. फिर पूरा universe जो है, आप, मैं, कुत्ता, बिल्ली, worm, planets, universes, thought, feeling, love, all this comes from vibrations. अब यूनिवर्स बन गया, उसमें मनुष्य भी आ गया. अब मनुष्य ने कहा ये भाई क्या है, वेरी क्यूरियस. उसने अंदर जाके देखा तो वही सारे उसको रिवील हो गए जो मैं आपको पहले बता रही थी. ये हैं वेद. यही सारी जो वाइब्रेशंस हैं यही आके रिवील हो गई, वेद या श्रुति. अब ये रिवील तो हो गई. अब उन्होंने उस पर पॉन्डर किया ऋषि ने. मनुष्य तो हमेशा बहुत होशियार है ना, तो उसने उसको फिर अंदर अपने अंदर उसको घोटा, चर्न किया और निकाला मंत्र बना के. श्रुति जो है फिर आर्टिकुलेट मंत्र बन गई संस्कृत का. उसको संहिता कहते हैं, कलेक्शन ऑफ मंत्रास. सो वेद कब थे? इफ यू आस्क समवन दे विल टेल यू 3000 BCE. बट वेद 3000 BCE में नहीं थे. वेद कब थे? अनुमा, आप ही दिख रहे हो. वेद कब थे?
हमेशा.
हमेशा थे, हमेशा थे. आज बैठ जाओ और ठान लो कि हम तो रियलाइज करके रहेंगे. हाँ, खाना पीना मत भूलना और कभी कभी जूम भी चला लेना. पर if you really concentrate and do dharana dhyana, you will reach samadhi. You're programmed for it. And the Vedas will be now. They are timeless. They are divine. Ved hi Prabhu hai. The illuminated energy is full of wisdom. So God has made it very easy for us, but we make it complex. It's there all around you. Anadi Anant Appaurusheya. वेद व्यास ने कंपाइल किया था. वेद व्यास ने लिखा नहीं था. वेद व्यास was not the author. So everybody knows there are 4 Vedas: Rigved, Atharved, Samved, Yajurved. अब ये हुआ वेदों के बारे में. अब ये वेदों को लिखा नहीं गया, बहुत बाद में लिखा गया. इनको वर्बल ट्रांसमिशन से ट्रांसमिट किया गया गुरु और शिष्य के बीच में. गुरु may not be the enlightening guru. Guru may be a teacher and the student sit together face to face so that lip movement can be seen, breath can be seen, expression can be seen, body posture can be seen, and adhyayanam, chanting, taught the student the Vedas. Meaning came later. chanting came first. If you chant the Gayatri correctly, the meaning will dawn upon you. You'll get the correct meaning. So Adhyayanam means chanting with the teacher. And if you look at the word Adhyayanam, Adi Ayanam Adhyayanam, जो आपको अपने आदि origin पे journey, the movement back to the soul is Adhyayanam. The movement from Brahman to us is what? Srishti. The movement back is Adhyayanam. Both have the medium of Vak, sound. Okay? So, now, to make sure कि चलाक लोग आके पंडित लोग इसको डिस्टॉर्ट ना कर दे अपने हिसाब से, और हर कोई कहेगा ये तो मेरा कॉपीराइट है, मुझे 1 लाख रुपया दो तो मैं ये मंत्र कर दूंगा. So to make sure that that did not happen, this was taught with certain rules in a very fixed manner. You had to chant with the correct, according to the rules of Shiksha. So certain Vedang were prescribed to tell you when to chant the Vedic mantra Jyotish, how to chant Chand ke mutabik और शिक्षा के मुताबिक, how to use Kalpa Shastra. So for everything, there were some supplementary texts and they were called Vedang. So now tell me, somebody else, that Ved mantra की 2 चीजें हैं. एक है उसके phonetics, vibration, और एक है उसका अर्थ. बताइए क्या ज्यादा इंपॉर्टेंट है?
I think correct way of chanting is very important.
अर्थ.
Who said अर्थ?
मैं, शशिकांत दुबे.
जी. Well, who said phonetics?
I said Manjula.
Yeah.
Manjula. Yeah.
So in this, of course, Manjula, the lady is always correct, na Shashikant. So accept it. So the phonetics is very important. Let's just try it, okay? So if we do a Surya mantra, one of the names of Surya is Mitra. So if we do Om Mitraya Namaha. Can you chant? Keep your systems muted. Try and keep your systems muted. Mitraya
Namaha.
Correct. Now I'll add a bija to it. Om Ram Mitraya Namaha. Try.
Om Ram Mitraya Namaha.
Yes, very good. Excellent. You're born chanters. So, अब इसमें सबसे powerful क्या था? The bija. Ram. It just shakes up your system. So sound itself, उसका जो vibration है, ओम का कोई अर्थ नहीं है. इनका कोई अर्थ नहीं है, पर ये चक्रों के पेटल्स हैं. ये चक्रों के पेटल्स हैं. कोई अर्थ नहीं है, पर इसका एक लेवल है. Level of frequency of vibration, according to which there's a state. एक स्थिति बनती है, या पृथ्वी की, या emotions की, और या thoughts की. भू भुवः सुवः स्थिति बनती है. So bija, the phonetics, is definitely more powerful than the artha. As you keep chanting, the artha also reveals itself to you. जैसे एक वेसल है, उसमें हम जल डालते हैं. वेसल ही नहीं होगी तो जल कैसे डालेंगे? चाय के कप के लिए कप तो जरूरी है. That vibration is the chanda, it's the cup which holds this earth. ठीक है? Now that is why it's very important to chant correctly, and these are the rules. Pronunciation. So Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. कृष्णा, श यहां पे, कृष्णा, पुरुषा, श behind the teeth, shanti. That is lots of other things in pronunciation like raksha, dharti. I don't say dharti, dharti. There has to be a kapalbhati sound from the solar plexus, dharti. तो प्रोनाउंसिएशन, फिर स्वर होते हैं, मिडिल स्वर, लोअर स्वर, हाई. जैसे संगीत में कितने स्वर होते हैं? 7. यहाँ पे 4 होते हैं. मैं आपको अभी कराती हूँ, सब कोई करेगा. नमो, डू दैट.
Namo.
That is straight, that's your base. Namo, low.
Namo.
Low. Namo, high.
Namo.
Namo, double high.
Namo.
These are the 4 notes. ये 4 notes हैं. Middle, lower, higher, double high, double beat high. These are the 4 notes. So prachodayat, that's the prachodayat of Gayatri. Anuradha Podwal does in her own way. Everybody does it very good. Shraddha covers everything. But if you really want to chant and get the phonetic healing, the healing of these akshars coming straight from Paramatma, you got to do it properly. Duration. आ का क्या ड्यूरेशन है? 1. आ 2. 3 ड्यूरेशन का कोई शब्द है? ओम. 3 या 3 से अधिक. ओम, आ, ओम. 1, 2, 3 ड्यूरेशन and so on.
Shri is also, na?
जी,
Shri भी 3 है ना? Shri.
yes, Shri miss 3. Shri miss 2, sorry. Shri
Shri, just Shri. Shri.
2. बड़ी मात्रा 2. छोटी मात्रा 1. Om is the only pluta. Yeah. Other, like आ जाओ वाला. Otherwise, it is 1, 2, 3. Shrim is बड़ी मात्रा E की 2. If you want, you can make it pluta. You want, you can make it, depends on you, but it is technically 2. Om is 3 or more than 3. Ideally, while chanting, 3.5. Uma half. 3.5 matras. Now, we come to the topic of today, which is why is Vedic sound, how does it heal? Why is sound such a potent healing tool? Now tell me, जब परमात्मा से सृष्टि बन रही थी तो सबसे पहले क्या बना? क्या निकला? शब्द. शब्द से कौन सा पंचभूता निकला? आकाश. शब्द इज द तन्मात्रा, आकाश इज द भूता. सबसे पहला वाइब्रेशन साउंड का था. इसीलिए जब शिशु पैदा होता है, जब फीटस होता है मदर के वूम में, तो पहले ईयर्स डेवलप करते हैं. दैट्स व्हाई अभिमन्यु could hear the whole plan of the Chakravyuh, because the first things which developed are the ears, and the last thing to go, if you ever had the good fortune or the bad fortune to hold a person's hand when they are dying, you will know that the last thing to go is the ears. The last sense to go at death is the ears. The first to come is the ears. That is how important Shabda is, because it is closest to Paramatma. It is Paramatma. So Shabda is a very powerful healing tool. Now, Einstein says E is equal to mc square. मतलब एनर्जी ही मास बन जाती है, और एनर्जी ही विचार भी बनती है, और एनर्जी ही राग द्वेष भी बनती है, और फिर एनर्जी ही इंट्यूशन भी बनती है. और यहाँ पे जो ब्रह्मरंध्र पे आपके सेल्फ रियलाइजेशन होती है, वो भी एनर्जी ही है, शक्ति ही सब कुछ है. सो साउंड हील्स योर ग्रॉस बॉडी, आपका स्थूल शरीर. तो अगर आपको कोई भी डाइजेशन प्रॉब्लम है या कोई और अब होते रहते हैं प्रॉब्लम्स शरीर में, तो कोई ना कोई साउंड होगा जो उसको ठीक कर सकता है. We have to find it out and fine tune it. It could just be or it could just be or it could be mantra. So sound can heal आपका स्थूल शरीर. Sound can also heal your sukshma sharir, your aura, making it stronger so that you have a stronger immunity also. And sound can heal your karan de. Karan de में क्या होता है कोई बताएगा? Karan de.
All your inherent vasanas, the tendencies that you're born with.
Wonderful, wonderful. Who's that?
Ranjini, she's आजकल मैंने बताया ना विवेक चुड़ामणि की क्लासेस चल रही हैं हम सबकी.
बढ़िया. So Karan Dene, and I wanted this answer only. You know, generally I'll ask, even if I'll get a correct answer, I'm not happy till I get my answer. So this was my answer, it's correct. So it is the patterns. It is your patterns, your sanskaras, your vasanas, all that is stored. जो कारण है, वो आपके कारण देने हैं. शब्द, आपको नव शब्द संस्कारा gives you a new samskara. So if you want to create a samskara of somebody has a samskara of financial struggle. Okay, so you give yourself a bija, shrim. It will act on your karan deha also and dissolve the old pattern and create a new pattern which corresponds to our beautiful Mahalakshmi. So, everybody. Shri Hai Namaha. Shri Hai Namaha. Shri Hai Namaha. So if when you achieve a siddhi, आप इसको साध लेते हैं, sadhana is a verb, you have to do it, then it changes the patterns in your karan deha, and like a gardener, you're taking out the old pattern and putting in a new pattern. Now, so the universe is made up of mantras, so are you. So the Vedas call you a mantra purusham. You are a mantra purusham. You are full of sound. You are sound. Now, when the sound which is flowing through your nadis and your kundalini and your nadis and your chakras, when that is in tune with the cosmos, you are in a state of health. When that is out of tune with the cosmic sound, the pure cosmic sound, there is disease. So when you introduce a medicine which acts on that blockage, a sound therapy, a Vedic sound therapy, will remove this lack of resonance and create health and peace and harmony. The other reason why sound is important is, tell me, what is it that sound when you speak? Somebody has a beautiful sound. Now, Anu's got a beautiful voice, which she must have exercised it. It must have been beautiful, but now it's become more beautiful. How does that happen? What is it in us which creates that articulation? What is it in us which creates the thought also? हर किस्म का वाक, वो क्या है हमारे अंदर जो फ्लो करता है, जो साउंड को क्रिएट करता है? That which is synonymous with sound. Ranjini, can you try? What is it? Now somebody can have
Atman, Brahman, the
Atman would be neutral in everybody, but there's something that changes. किसी में कम है, किसी में ज्यादा बल है, किसी का आवाज ज्यादा बुलंद है, किसी की आवाज में ज्यादा हीलिंग है, कोई थोड़ा सा अभ्यास करने की जरूरत है. प्राणा एंड वाक इज द सेम. Prana Shakti and Vak is the same. Sound comes from breath. Om is the breath of Paramatma. And so sound can connect me to you and it can connect you to the cosmos. Sound is the bridge, it's the setu. ये वो धागे हैं sound के जो आप हम सबको इकट्ठा कर सकते हैं. सर्वेषां स्वस्तिर भवतु. You want to chant it now because we might forget. Let's chant this now. Sarvesham swastir bhavatu. Try. Sarvesham shantir bhavatu. Now do it with a feeling that you're sending these vibrations to all the suffering people who are under the fear of COVID and other diseases, all the kind of, all the distressed, unrest, stress.